This flight to India should be simple. 8 hours, straight line, job done, but mine went a bit more like this. All because half the world is off limits right now, and what followed was a very long way round.
Well, good morning from Amsterdam. I'm about to board a flight to India, a flight that would usually take 8 hours, but today it's going to be closer to 11. It's on an Indian low-cost airline. Oh, and we've not even checked in yet, and the flight's already 2.5 hours late. What else could possibly go wrong?
As it would turn out, quite a lot actually.
My colleague, waiting to welcome you.
Thank you. Hey, good morning, how are you? Checking in for Mumbai, please. So hopefully you can help. When I booked this, I chose a window seat, but when I looked online, it looked like I wasn't in a window seat, so I hope you might be able to help me, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
I checked for you in the system.
Yes.
All the window seats are already taken.
Ah, okay.
That's the problem. But the only thing I can do for you is that you mail Indigo with the evidence from that you booked
Okay.
a window seat.
Yes, okay.
And then they will refund it with you.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For now, I can give you a seat in the middle, and then I think the row will be free for you.
Oh, okay.
So then you're sitting
Which is
on the middle.
better, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, perfect. Thank
That's
you.
on row 6.
On row 6, okay. Yeah, I think I booked 6A, but it put me in 6, whatever the aisle seat is, I think, in the middle. Okay.
For you, the gate is G9.
Yes.
This is your boarding zone, seat number and boarding time.
Okay.
And you
Dalia.
can now go to the KLM Crown Lounge to 52.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah?
Thank you
can
very
just
much.
follow the signs and then
Amazing.
see it.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Good trip.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Right, we are checked in. We've got issues already, though. I did book and pay for a window seat. Unfortunately, they've given my window seat away to somebody else, which is just wonderful. So now I'm stuck in the middle. But she did say I've got the middle row to myself. So we'll see. Let's go and head through security.
It's fair to say at this point things weren't exactly off to a great start. Delayed flight, wrong seat, and we hadn't even made it through to departures yet. But still, I was confident things would get better soon, right? It didn't. Because instead of going through passport control, everyone was stuck here. With the e-gate broken, thousands of people were now being processed by one single Dutchman. Efficient.
Oh, goodness me, we made it finally through passport control. And what a mess Amsterdam is at the minute. This is crazy. There was like 3 queues. One of them was about an hour long. Then there was the e-gate queue. And then the machines broke. So they sent everybody, they were trying to send everybody back to the beginning of the non-e-gate queue, which was going to add about an hour to everybody's journey plans. Eventually, a couple of Irish people kicked off and they moved us all into a different queue. And we had to just wait. And about half an hour later, we're through. I genuinely don't know what's happened to Amsterdam Airport. Right, Indigo apparently, if you're flying in their premium extra legroom seats, you get to use the lounge. And apparently it's the KLM lounge, and I've got to figure out how to get there from here. So let's go and get in the lounge, have a coffee. This lounge is always so cool. Look at all the little KLM houses all the way up it. It's really cool. Hey, how are you? Thank
We
you.
scan it over here. If it doesn't work, you can go to the desk.
All right,
Sometimes
perfect.
it doesn't. Oh, you want the
There we
phone.
go. Thank you. Thank you. All right then, made it into the KLM lounge. Oh my goodness. Chill for a little bit, hopefully. I've still not got my window seat. They did give me a middle seat, they said. Not what I paid for, not what I ordered when I booked the flight, but we'll figure it. We always do. So the plan is today, fly across to India. It's usually a 8-hour flight or so to India, but today it's going to be over 10 hours, but for now, I've got my morning coffee, I've got my glass of water, and I've got some Dutch cheese with holes in it, as you find in Dutch parts of the world.
At this point, I knew 2 things. The flight was going to be longer than usual, and something about the routing wasn't quite normal. What I didn't realise yet was just how strange it was about to get.
Alrighty then, time to get down to the gate. Alrighty then, there is my ride over to India today.
And this is where things start to get a bit odd. Because while this is an Indigo flight, it's actually being operated by a Norwegian airline called Norse. At this point, I knew this flight was going to be a little bit different, but I just didn't realise quite how different yet.
Hey. Thank you.
Thank you. There you go. Have a
Alright,
good flight.
thank you, you too. Hi there.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
You see, this isn't a typical Indigo flight. In fact, this isn't even an Indigo aircraft. It's a Norwegian long-haul jet being used by an Indian low-cost airline. Alright then, welcome on board Indigo's Boeing 787 Dreamliner. It's a Norse aircraft, but the crew are all Indigo crew. So I have asked them about moving potentially, but they've confirmed every window seat's gone. So this is me for the flight, but I do have a row of 3 to myself, which is quite nice. They've come around with a pre-departure beverage, which is quite nice as well. And they've just brought me a blanket. It says "hug me" on it, and apparently we can keep these after the flight, which is quite nice. Now, once everyone was on board, I started to notice something interesting. Because despite being told the flight was completely full, well, there was still a lot of empty seats. Boarding's completed. I'm wondering if they're going to remain empty. Don't know. I'll ask them in a minute. Oh yes. So let me move across here. Got a window seat. I've also got those seats as well. 5 seats for the price of 1. As I leave Amsterdam behind, I'd like to say thank you to my Patreon supporters. You can join them at the link on the screen now for access to my WhatsApp community, early access to videos, exclusive merch, and more. Thank you again to my supporters. Alrighty then, we are airborne from Amsterdam. 6A, my seat. The same one that I had originally booked, but then they took off me. But then clearly nobody showed up to fill that seat. What that was all about, I don't know. Effectively, I've got 5 seats to myself. Indigo serve Western and Asian meals on their flights. Today I went for the chicken, which was the Western option, and it was really nice. The only issue now was that we appeared to be heading south, very south, and well, India is east. We are 5 hours into the flight right now, and I think, as far as I can tell, we're somewhere over Egypt. Where over Egypt, I don't know. I just know that my phone said welcome to Egypt, so I'm guessing that's where we are. Now, I figured getting across the Middle East wouldn't be quite as straightforward these days as it usually is, but even Egypt felt a little far out of the way. And as it turned out, we were going to be heading a lot further south before we started heading east again. And this is why. Now, normally this flight would be quite simple, a straight line from Amsterdam to Mumbai. But right now, parts of that route are closed. First Ukraine, and then Pakistan, which doesn't allow Indian Airlines through its airspace. And then there's the Middle East situation. That leaves Saudi Arabia, which at the time we couldn't use either. So instead, we go all the way around, threading a line down the Red Sea, across Africa and out over Somalia, and then finally into India. 2 hours and over 1,000 miles extra onto what would normally be a pretty straightforward route. So yeah, I was just hoping that we'd stay well clear of that situation developing over in the Middle East. So we are now a good 7 hours into the flight. I think we're out somewhere over Africa now, either over Ethiopia, Somalia, or somewhere in that neck of the woods. I honestly don't know, but I know that we are heading northeasterly now. The same thing I've got is the compass in my phone. Using all of my pilotage and dead reckoning skills in the middle of nowhere, because it's just pitch black outside, I've deduced that we must be somewhere there. Based on the little information we have, we could be nowhere near. Oh, I do know for one thing though, this flight is dragging, man. It really is dragging. The lights have come on. I think we're about an hour and a half out of Mumbai now. We're somewhere out over the sea, I know that much. You know what, this route is crazy. When all this first kicked off, there was a real issue because a lot of airlines couldn't get permission to fly through some of these African countries. This exact flight was flying from the other way, from Mumbai back to Europe. Got to halfway through the flight and they wouldn't let them fly through their airspace. So they had to hold for a while and then ended up going all the way back to Mumbai. But in any case, breakfast is about to be served and then hopefully soon we'll be getting in to Mumbai. I have to say the breakfast service wasn't all that special really. It was a bit like a soggy version of the apple pies you get at McDonald's. Hey, finally, we've begun our descent down into Mumbai. Oh my gosh, this has been a long flight. But we're nearly there, it's nearly over. And then the chaos of India begins.
We will shortly be landing, so please would you return to your seat and ensure your hand baggage is under the seat in front of you.
After more than 10 hours in the air, we were finally about to arrive. And just before landing, the crew handed me this, which was a really nice touch. And then, after hours of nothing but ocean, finally land. The first lights of Mumbai appearing out of the darkness, and a flight that felt like it would never end was almost over. Now, a few days after I took this flight, Norse did get permission to finally fly over Saudi Arabia, but it just goes to show that in times of uncertainty, these crazy routes can sometimes take place. If you've made it this far through the video, thank you so much. If you're not already subscribed, I'd really appreciate if you would, as I try hard to hit my goal of 1 million subscribers. Thanks again for watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mumbai Terminal 2. For your own safety and your fellow passengers, please remain seated with the seatbelt button.
And after all that, Mumbai. Warm, humid, and a world away from where we started.
Thank you. Thank you.
After a route that made no sense on paper, we'd finally made it, just not the way we'd expected.
Alright, welcome back to India, and can I just say what a pleasant surprise it's been coming through Mumbai airport. Passport control was an absolute breeze, so much easier than Amsterdam at least. Straight through to check-in, checked in for my next flight up to Delhi, and here we are now airside within about 40 minutes of stepping off the plane. Let's go and find a lounge. Also, I do have to say that Indigo surpassed my expectations on that flight. I wasn't expecting much from an Indian low-cost airline, but genuinely they were pretty decent. I love being wrong when it comes to things like that. Right, let's get to the lounge. Hello, namaste. Thank you. Thank you.
Right then, welcome to the Air India lounge here in Mumbai. I've got a couple of hours here until my plane up to Delhi. Honestly, I have to say, Indigo, I was really impressed with actually on that flight. It was pretty decent. Well, they really seemed to go the extra mile. The crew were absolutely wonderful as well. But this adventure doesn't end right here. I've got a flight up to Delhi now on Air India, hence why I'm sitting in the Air India lounge. And then we carry on another adventure across India. Stay tuned, watch this space. It's going to be a good one. Thanks again for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.